PayPal just made a job posting offering up to $240,000 for somebody to create LinkedIn content for their CEO. If this sounds crazy, then this other executive made this other post that confirmed that less than 1% of active LinkedIn users are creating content on a monthly basis. I'm going to talk about exactly how these two things are intertwined and how you can take advantage of the gap of content that exists on LinkedIn. Big companies like PayPal are seeing it happen, and you can take full advantage of this opportunity as well. My name is Chris Cozzolino, and I'm the co-founder and CEO at Uptown.com, where we help companies create LinkedIn revenue flywheels that turn LinkedIn into a top revenue generating channel. If you haven't watched that video, go and check out the LinkedIn revenue flywheel video. So there's a lot to unpack in all of this content talk on LinkedIn. But what's happening is that people are realizing of this blue ocean opportunity when it comes to LinkedIn content. PayPal's making job posts for people to create content for their CEO. And if this salary sounds insane, what's even more insane is they're making that offer because they know they're going to make money on it. And I'm going to unpack the math at the end of why this makes sense from an ads perspective. So this is the job posting itself, and the description here, if you want to pause the video and see it, you're more than welcome to, but you can see all of the things they're expecting this person to be able to manage. But the primary concept of this is to create thought leadership content for the CEO and weave in a corporate narrative. Obviously, platforms like LinkedIn are very heavily based around the content that's created on them. And when it comes to the ROI that they're expecting to get off of this, let's unpack the numbers. So if you're paying for LinkedIn ads, you're going to spend anywhere from $30 to $80 per 1,000 impressions, assuming that you're going after a higher level target market. Now, when it comes to CEO content, this type of content performs exceptionally well on LinkedIn. It's not unreasonable to expect 50,000 all the way up to 500,000 impressions per LinkedIn post. So just to break that math down, what that means is a post from a CEO that gets 100,000 impressions is essentially worth $3,000 to a company. Now, if they're making a single post a day that's performing somewhere in that range, you can see pretty quickly how somebody getting paid 240,000 in salary might be creating over $1 million in value. And the disconnect with how much content is going out on LinkedIn right now is the reason that this gap exists. And the good thing about it is you don't need to be great at creating content to get tons and tons of eyeballs on the posts that you make. So that's the good news for people like you and I who aren't the CEO of PayPal. But if you look at the numbers on the screen right here of content creators per platform, you're looking at anywhere from 8 to 25% of people posting content on these different platforms, where LinkedIn is less than 1%. That means that 99% of people, when they come to LinkedIn on a daily basis, are consuming content, not creating it. And when you have this supply and demand gap, what that allows for the creators, the 1% that are creating content, is you have so many eyeballs that can see your content, the LinkedIn algorithm is going to push that for you to so many people. And that's where you get these periods of growth that happened on Instagram, they happened on TikTok, they happened on X, where creators can just grow super, super, super fast. And LinkedIn is in that hyper growth period if you're good at creating content. Now, I have other videos that talk about exactly what type of content to create, but the short and sweet of it is that thought leadership content is going to be the highest performing content. So what does that mean? Thought leadership content, all that means is sharing your expertise. The beautiful thing about LinkedIn is because it's a professional platform, everybody has some sort of knowledge that they can share. And this PayPal job listing is literally hiring somebody to extract the knowledge from PayPal's CEO and put it into a format that's consumable on LinkedIn and will actually get seen by people. And that is the skill gap that you can learn and you can learn it quicker than other platforms. And so if you're creating content on LinkedIn, the highest value opportunities are going to be around the topics that you choose and the hooks that you create for those topics. I have whole videos that are covering, how to choose topics, how to create content hooks. We won't get into that right now, but just know that these are things that you can learn very quickly. And the best part about it is even when you're mediocre at creating content on LinkedIn right now, it gets seen by people. So that should be as motivating as ever, that not only can you start to learn how to create really great LinkedIn content, but you can actually take advantage of getting impressions and reach while you're in the learning phase. And there will be a switch that just kind of flicks when you're creating content where you start to see all of these followers and connections start to roll in. And that's the blue ocean opportunity that exists on LinkedIn right now. That is not going to be around for forever. But if you're watching this video, chances are that blue ocean opportunity still exists. And when you compound that with something like a LinkedIn revenue flywheel, that's where things get really crazy. And the concept behind that is most people use LinkedIn either for content or for sales. Very, very, very few people use LinkedIn for both of those combined into a growth engine. But for the small percentage that is using LinkedIn in that fashion, they're making more money than all the rest combined. And you see people like Adam Robinson, Gal Aga, and the companies that they've created literally have cultures where their employees are expected to post content just because of how much revenue it truly can drive. And to create a LinkedIn revenue flywheel, it starts with sending connection requests and growing your connection base with active decision makers in your target market, and then using content to nurture those people. So it's not just connecting with anybody, it's connecting with other people that are posting content and other people that are active on the platform. Because the thought behind that then is when you do start posting content, they're going to engage with that content. And that's going to allow the algorithm to push your posts out to even more people. And that's where the flywheel really starts to pick up. And you have the opportunity to deploy a strategy like that. And if you don't take my word for it, take the LinkedIn executives who are talking about less than 1% of people creating content. Take the PayPal executives who are hiring content creators on behalf of their executives for up to $240,000 a year. Take their word for this truly blue ocean opportunity that exists. Go check out the LinkedIn revenue flywheel. Please consider subscribing and liking this video if you've ever gotten value from any of our content. I'm more excited about LinkedIn than I've ever been, and I hope that you are after watching this as well.